Greetings, Flameborn. This is Eerie Knight of the Pseudo Posse, and we're back in Enshrouded with some more tips. This time we are focusing purely on roofs. Sure, you can just use the prefab roofing shapes and call it a day, but that's no way to live. By the end of this video, I'll show you some super easy designs you can do to make your roofs the envy of all your friends. Or, if you are just playing solo, you can at least feel the pride in your superior roofs, which can also help distract you from the fact that you are playing alone, just like this bozo here. So if we are not limiting ourselves to the 2 meter, 4 meter roofing shape variants, what the hell are we doing? Well, pretty much anything we want. Fun fact, you can build a roof of any shape, even different slopes from the aforementioned 2 meter or 4 meter prefabs. Even different slopes instead of the 2 meter or 4 meter prefabs. If you are willing to put in a bit of extra work, not so much that you'll hate life, but just a bit more than placing the prefabs, I think the results are worth it. To get yourself started, I recommend just building a simple outline of your roof contour. This will make your life loads easier. Here I am choosing to place 2 horizontal blocks for every vertical, such that I am creating a shallower sloped roof than the prefabs allow. Naturally, you could go even for a more gently slope, or the reverse, go steeper. In any case, the principle is the same. Once you've framed out your outline, the next thing you can do to make your life easier is to place guide beams along the length of your roof. This is optional, but it makes placing the roof later much easier, as I've done in my previous videos. The reason being, placing the roofing material can quickly become difficult as it tends to form a cohesive surface and sometimes a decorative pattern, which, while nice, can make it difficult to see where you are placing the roofing blocks. So, guide beams are the way. In part is the relatively most time-consuming aspect of this, but even a roof of this size took me only about 10 minutes-ish to cover all the blocks one by one. It would be great if they'd add some single 1x4 or 1x8 horizontal roofing prefabs, which would speed this up dramatically, but for now, this will do. After you're finished, you could remove the guide beams, but I like the beam look a lot, as it adds a nice amount of detail to the build, so I'm keeping it. What did you say? You think I kept them only because I'm lazy? Little column A, little column B. Another thing you could do if the little pieces of wood poking through the roof drive you nuts is to put another roofing layer down. I did that in my treehouse build to make the roof thicker to hide all of that. Depending on the materials you use, the protrusion can vary, but the simple solution is to simply cover it up. Now, what to do about the gap? You've got some options here. You could make it solid, which bleh. You could put a window in, as I did in my starter home, or even multiple windows as in my treehouse. That should look good. But another option if you are looking for something different are fences. To get those centered, I recommend placing some temporary columns for reference. Next, place your fences. Now, you can't build a fence on top of another fence normally. However, if you place some blocks on top of the first fence and subsequently position another row of fences on top, you can later remove the blocks between the fences and you are left with stacked fences. Then of course you can fill in the gaps and add some additional detail like a border around your window. At this juncture, the front is looking way too flat for my tastes. Time to add some attractive contours. Easiest way to do that is a roof overhang, just like in my previous builds. But we're going to do something a bit different here. Instead of a uniform overhang, we're going to taper it. Let's start with extending our guide beams through the wall and making them increasing length as they go higher. The length of these is all up to personal taste, so if you don't want a drastic overhang, make it more subtle and each beam shorter. And as we did before, we fill in the overhang with roofing material. One thing we can do on the edges, however, is to put in a single roof block over the beam to create a nice aesthetic. On this side, if we remove the block we placed next to the beams, we can achieve that effect all the way down the edge. Now, those that know me know I tend to go a bit overboard from time to time. Correction, I tend to go overboard all the time, and I may have made my overhang a bit too pronounced. It is scratching my structural stability OCD, and we need to do something about it. When making a large overhang, add some pillars. It makes structural sense and fixes the visual ickiness, making it look much better. Of course, it does help to count right and place the pillar symmetrically in the correct spot. Another OCD. Taco Bear didn't include my shame at all in editing, right? Right, Taco? Glossing over that, our final touch is to use wall decorations for our roof, namely one of the trophies to place up at the tippy top. Gives it a distinctive look. I hope all or some of these suggestions can make your roofs look more striking. Even just implementing one of these tips can make your roofs pop way more. None of what I did here was very time consuming, which is really impressive for me, making myself rather proud of myself. The best recommendation I can make for all of you is to just have fun and experiment. Don't tie yourself down to the prefab roof shapes. Give your roof some alternative contours and it'll look much more distinctive and allow you the flexibility to make roofs that fit any building shape and give you the desired look you are trying to achieve. Anyways, hope this all inspires you to go forth and tear down your roofs and rebuild them. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've got your own roofing tidbits to share and want to show off for the rest of us, drop a comment and tell us how amazing you are. Also, while you're at it, smash that like button and subscribe. It means a lot to us and really helps us out. I'd like to extend a shout out to all of our amazing Patreon supporters whose generosity is funneled back into the channel. Thank you all so much. On that note, this is Eerie Knight signing off. See you all in the next one.